got to play the corporate game, run away from them. The reason I say that is because they are playing a game with their life. They haven't taken the time to explore the fact that maybe they need to get real with themselves and they need to live a life that's intentional, purpose filled, and where they know they have power. And that is exactly what we all need to do. You see, for far too long, women, especially corporate women, have been showing up not themselves. They've been putting on a mask. They've been believing this lie that they have to be something that they're not. And they can't express themselves because they think that HR is after them. People will use something against you, or you don't understand. I've been in working this job for 25 years and I know what it's like. I'm an executive. I'm a attorney, I'm an HR professional. Listen to me, I've been doing this for 30 years. Or if you say, this is how I made it to the top, I've made it like this and do this and do this. And the reason they say that is because, again, they've been playing a game. And obviously, for corporate women, if that works, then why isn't the corporate equity gap closed? Have you ever thought about that? I mean, we've been talking for so long about why the corporate women's equity gap is so wide and how we're never ever going to be able to reach these goals. It's because you've been listening to people that give that kind of advice. That is poor advice. I know one thing, that I've been studying this myself, and I have a story to share with you that says that is a flat out lie. And the reason is, I've been studying how people get wealthy. I've been studying people who have deep relationships, people who are healthy. They're they're not poor in spirit. They have this wealth and this abundant mindset, and they don't play games with their lives. You see, because the law of attraction does not stop once you get to your corporate job. Let me repeat. The law of attraction, which by the way is a universal law, doesn't stop when you get to your corporate job. And let me give you proof of that with my own personal story. I, of course, got into my job and was playing the game, looking this way, making my hair look this way, making sure that I don't tell anybody my personal story. Oh, don't tell them about your health problems because they might use that against you and maybe not promote you. Yeah, I remember saying all those things and living like that and constantly living in fear and constantly thinking that someone's going to be looking over my shoulder. And any moment, I'm going to get sent to HR, constantly looking around, like as if there were predators all around me and living with this fight or flight kind of reflex. And that's how people who are saying to you, play the corporate game, that's how they live. They live as if someone is against them. They are playing a corporate game because that's the way they live their lives. They bought into the lie that everything has to be on the defense. Instead, I want to share with you what I did to get on the offense, to believe that I had intrinsic power. And this intrinsic power then translated to perceived power, and the value that I attained in my corporate space grew. And the way that you do that is you begin to work on yourself. You have got to maintain a specific regimen where you are tapping into you. You are learning about your triggers. You're learning about the value that you have inside of you. This is no game. That's the reason why there's no corporate game being played. This is no corporate game. This is called real life. So I'm going to tell you, if people are telling you that you have to play the corporate game, you have to do this instead. And by the way, run away from them. It's a catch 22 because you think, "Oh, well, these people know what they're talking about because they've made it to the top. They're doing their work. They're out here living their best life." And they're not. And hi to everyone joining in. Thank you so much for coming in here today. I'm telling you, don't listen to people who are giving you this poor advice, and do not listen to them because They are going to set you down a train wreck. They are going to wreck your lives. And by the way, I am in Toledo, Ohio, from the United States. So I want to share this with you guys because the thing that we have to do in corporate America is you have to get real with yourself. And most of the people that I work with, I happen to be, my name is Diana Patton, and I am the founder of the Rise Advocates movement and the Rise Advocates, Rise with Diana movement. I am what you would call an authentic power strategist. I help you construct your life in a way that knows that you can tap in to your authentic intelligence. Gone are these, people telling you you got to do it this way, you got to do it this way. What you know is that you have an intelligence inside of you, deep down inside of you, that you know what you need to do. And the more that you tap into that and the more that you spend time on you, like you did in your corporate, like you did in getting your bachelor's degree or your master's degree or your law degree or your PhD, all that time that you spent getting those degrees, you have to spend that same amount and more time on you. And so that is how you're going to be able to excel in corporate America. Yeah, but no one ever talks like this. And so, one of the biggest things that you have to begin to do is that you have to begin to say, I am abundant. Because people giving advice saying that, oh, you got to play the corporate game, they don't live with abundance. They live with a scarcity mindset. In other words, scare. They're scared of living their life to the full. They don't bet on themselves. They just follow the trend and they just do what everybody else is doing and they don't stand out. They blend in. And so, therefore, why would we at a company believe that you are valuable? Because we don't know, because you look like everyone else. I want you to stand out. I want you to start repeating things like, I am abundant, and that you attract and influence your opportunities. That is how you're going to excel in corporate America. We need a new mindset. And I'm just going to tell you, when you start, like, click on the hashtag corporate women advice or corporate women struggles, you are going to hear a lot of beat down, broken down, scared corporate women who've been living and working in corporate America for so long, and they actually have horrible bosses. They have environments that are depleted, and they are consistently frustrated and struggling. So when they give advice, and they're going to give advice based on the perception that they have within their corporate role. But I would venture to say, if you pull back the layer and you looked into their everyday life, you would see a lot of lies, scams, and this distrust of their own selves. They have habits that are not reflective of an abundant mindset. And that is what I am telling you. You can work in corporate spaces and you can have a flourishing career when you understand yourself and you start to realize that you have abundance. It's possible. So don't believe the lies of the people who tell you that you cannot have that experience, because you can. And I'm a witness of that, because when I started understanding myself and I started really valuing my story and I started working on myself through my own behind the scenes daily practice, I started seeing everything come to me. I didn't have to rush after things. I didn't have to force my way through difficult situations. I didn't have to perform a certain way. I didn't have to make certain all my nails were done, my hair is done. Of course, there was this perceived value, but it was intrinsic. It was internal, and people felt that. And that's how you need to start living your lives. Get rid of this whole fake, artificial life. It's in time for you to start living with authenticity. And when you live with authenticity, your entire life changes. Let me repeat, the law of attraction does not stop once you start working your corporate job. I repeat, the law of attraction, meaning that you can attract things that are into your life, doesn't stop once you start working in corporate America. So, does this make sense to you? Are you guys tracking what I'm saying? It's a completely different mindset than what you're used to in hearing people who give corporate advice. And I would love to have a conversation with people who are telling you to do otherwise, right? I would love to have a panel conversation about that because that's where we need to start. So I need to give you something that you can work with, right? So I want to offer you this free audio series. It's a free audio series on how to overcome the fear of speaking up and speaking your truth so that you can live with a deep sense of authenticity. Wouldn't it be beautiful to understand that you don't have to constantly fight in life? That you actually can have flow, ease, joy, and this deep confidence that how you say what you say means something, no matter if you don't get a response right away, no matter how people look at you, because you want to be in environments and you want to create the environment that you want to be. You need to be the person that you want to be in your space. Why? Because when you are that and you be that, you attract that. You attract not what you say, you attract who you are. So start by getting our free audio series. You can see the link that's there. And by the way, it's riseadvocateacademy.com. Let me edit this so you can know it's just not that convoluted. So let me edit this so that you can see this in the link here because it's just this easy to be able to find it. Let me save this and then update it. Okay, here it is, riseadvocateacademy.com, and then the little backslash authenticity code audio series. And all you have to do is take that link. I'm going to give you time to pull that up and put that in your browser. Riseadvocateacademy.com and then backslash authenticity hyphen code slash audio or hyphen audio hyphen series. It's that simple. It's free. Why wouldn't you do that for yourself? Why wouldn't you start to get yours? You have to start listening to things and reprogramming your brain and stop following people who give that poor advice. Do not listen to them. Do not be around that negative way of living. Start enveloping yourself in an area of positivity. And that's what we're doing. Okay. So hopefully that was enough time for you to be able to get that link and put that in your browser. Put your name, your email address, and your phone number if you want. You don't have to put your phone number in. Just put it in there and start listening. Does that sound good? Who's picking up what I'm laying down? Are you following me? That's what we want. Okay. We want to be able to help you understand that. So run away. Poor advice says play the corporate game. Do what I'm telling you instead. Start by repeating that I am abundant and I attract and influence opportunities. You do. But this is a long game. This isn't something that happens right. It doesn't happen right away, right? But you can begin to change your energy right away. And then you will start to see the shift happen. Okay, my friends, it sound good to you? I love it. Again, signing off. My name is Diana Patton. I am what you would call the authentic power strategist and leading the Rise Advocates movement. Let's rise together. I can't wait to see you on the inside. See you in the next audio. See you in the next live. All right, have a great day.